it looked like he just started beating up a dude that was trying to get off the bus. Like that dude wasn't even trying to fight. That dude wasn't a bad guy.
Like he was walking and go like, hey, everybody calm down.
Double Toasted Live in New York is right around the corner, Friday, September 10th, and there are less than 100 tickets left. But I want you to join me for a night of comedy and games, and I want you to get your tickets now before it sells out. So go to doubletoasted.com or go to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted-Brooklyn, and we'll see you there. Before we start the video, I want to talk to the fellas out there real quick. Guys, just you and me. Ladies, can I borrow your man for just a minute or two? It won't take long. And no, ladies, where you going? Come on back. I want you to hear this too. You know, together, we just might keep these guys around for a long time. Probably even make them a little sexier for you. Yeah, you like that, right? Well, let me tell you what I like first. You know, let me talk about me. Let me tell you actually what I love. I love our audience. It's so diverse. I love the age group diversity that we have. You know, we got some very young people coming in for the first time. And some of you, you know, you've been around for a while. You kind of up there. But it doesn't matter how old or young you are. Our bodies are constantly going through some changes, especially these days. You know, these crazy ass times are causing a lot of stress. And I don't like that because stress doesn't keep you very healthy. And I want to keep you healthy so you and we can keep having fun for a long time. And I'm going to start doing that by first sending you over to Hone. Hone is the premier men's health clinic that treats your health with real physicians, real science, and real pharmaceutical medications. No funny business going on here. And, you know, us dudes, probably at some point in our life, we're going to go through some hormonal imbalance, especially if you're in your 30s. Optimizing your hormones will increase muscle mass, decrease body fat, improve focus, stabilize your mood, and that stress that we were talking about, it'll help you manage that. You see that right there? That is Hone's easy-to-use at-home assessment test. You want to see it in person? Look, I got one right here. Has everything in there that I need to start getting my energy back and start making me feel like the best me that I can be, probably even better. And I got something that's going to make you feel better right now. Savings. Who doesn't like saving money? See? You're feeling good already. Go over to honehealth.com/double toasted and save 25% on your home assessment test with free shipping. Once again, that's honehealth.com/double toasted and save 25% on your home assessment test with free shipping. I want to thank Hone for approving and sponsoring this video. And as always, I want to thank all of you for your support. Thank you. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. Let's get into Asian Black Panther. I know y'all like, man, hey. I'm just messing with y'all, man, because I'm rooting, man. I hope to God that Asians have the same day that black people had when Black Panther came out. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping Chinese dragons are in front of the theater. I'm hoping dudes. I'm hoping that people are kung fu fighting in front of the theater and shit. Yeah, man, I am really hoping for y'all to have
y'all out there doing all the stereotypical stuff.
Yeah.
Noodles, whatever else you do.
Well,
hey, you know.
Look, yeah.
You would know, right?
Yeah. Y'all know what y'all do. Hey,
wrecking the curve on math tests.
Hey, if it makes y'all feel any better, I showed up to Black Panther eating fried chicken. Because people are going back and forth on how this movie's tracking. Some people say it's tracking great. Some people are like, people liking the movie, but y'all might be a little disappointed. I said, man, any movie where they got to give you a lesson on how to say the name, they actually did that in the movie.
But they're constantly correcting you on how you say the name.
Yeah. Well, any movie where they got to give you a course, a language course on how to say the name.
Shang-Chi.
Shang.
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 S-H-A-G. Shang.
That's what I said.
I'll watch it on Disney Plus when it comes on. I ain't got time for this.
Can I get the ticket for Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do you mean Shang-Chi?
Yeah, that's the person that,
Well, maybe it's a different movie. I don't know.
That's the person at the box office, Shang. Give me a goddamn ticket. The Kung Fu movie. Let me see that shit. God damn it.
But Snake Eyes.
I'm just showing y'all the original character right here because This is the character from the comics. A lot of people still not aware of, at one time, what was called the Bruce Lee of Marvel Comics.
Very much so.
Marvel's Bruce Lee, which is, I mean, it really was. Yeah.
I mean, you know, and that's the more modern iteration.
Yep.
But
Here he is, the old
the
master of Kung Fu.
where they would draw him, he would look more Native American than anything. And he wore something like red pajamas with a headband.
Now the world seems to be excited upon hearing the name of Shang Chi, because even if you didn't know about the character, this seems to be bringing a different flavor over to the Marvel universe. You know, Marvel has been expanding with these new characters, and now they're bringing some Asians over. And yes, not to sound stereotypical, but they're bringing Asians over who are doing their own Marvel superhero versions of Kung Fu. A lot of people have been talking about how this movie is actually being different, but other people have been saying, you know, it still is the same old Marvel shit. You know, if only y'all could just get past that sometimes, then we'd be perfect. Where do we fall on this? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer, which some of y'all have seen over and over again because everybody's been loving those at least.
My father trained me to be the 10 Rings' greatest weapon.
I love the way his father looking from that window up there. If his son getting beat, he's like, yeah, whoop his ass. He said, shit, this kind of making me hard right now.
Oh, I wish I could get out there, but the optics would be bad.
My name is Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Shang.
Shang.
We've been through this already. We can't say it yet, then we just not gonna say it. So this is, the full name here is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
And we've all heard about the 10 Rings ever since we've been watching Iron Man movies. And we've all heard the mysterious lurker of the Marvel Universe, which is like Thanos was always out there. Mm-hmm. But the Mandarin, played by Tony Leung, we finally get to see him in all his glory right here. And this is what the movie deals with. We get to see how he came to have the power of the 10 rings, and that, you know, we still don't understand the 10 rings, but we do know that they give him his ultimate power. He's been alive for years. He's been manipulating things behind the scenes, everywhere from toppling empires to running underground criminal rings. And no pun intended right there. And now we get to see how he hoped that his son will come up and take his place, which, well, you know, we can't have a Marvel hero that's taking the place of his criminal daddy out there, and how this conflict works out with his son saying, "No, you, Dad. I want to be me. You know?
I want to be a YouTube star, not a doctor.
I want to be an influencer, Dad. Boy, if you don't take these reins." It's just always been kind of true to the comics what they've been doing here with this story in ways.
Well, I mean, Marvel lost the rights to use Fu Manchu, but it's always his father's been the head of a huge criminal network. So that much is that's still the same. Everything else is very different.
Okay. And that's cool, because I think that's what Marvel should do. I think they should always be changing things up so we're not just getting a repeat of what we see in the comics. No, that's what makes the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the MCU, its own thing.
Sure.
They consider that just another universe outside of the universes they've already set up. Don't start this shit. Don't start these multiverse. I can't keep up with that. Don't worry about it. We're not going to get into that. We're going to talk about this movie right here. And I'm going to tell you, man, I think that the beginning of this movie, is beautiful, man. Listen, in a way, you look at it like, damn, Shang-Chi, you took all the Asian shit that was out there and put it in here. At least all the cool stuff, because that's what they did. They've taken so much, at least from Chinese cinema out there. I mean, all of this stuff is not going to be anything new, and I'm not expecting it to be new. I'm just expecting them to do their own take on it. But we've seen a lot of this already in the form of things like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know, and this, when it opened up, I thought it was cool, but apparently Chinese people can't get together and have a fight without shooting a bunch of arrows. At least if you back in that area, I was like, oh shit, here we go with the arrows. You always got one dumbass like, huh?
Oh, it's the first one.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Hey, it's my first day. Is that a good thing right there?
One dude's like, hey y'all, I think it's raining. Oh shit! You know,
cushion.
Yeah. Every movie from Hero to Mulan, and everybody got to shoot them arrows before they start.
It's a cool visual, so everybody does it. No matter how much it gets worn out, it's like a scene with somebody shooting a gun and the camera, the film stops to slow motion show you all the casings hitting the ground.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, yes, you're shooting bullets. We get it.
And this right here opens up with those arrows, boy. Those arrows going off, and you think at this point these was to make metal umbrellas or something. Like, they're gonna shoot these arrows, man. But you've seen that. You're always gonna have with these kind of movies where they're doing this kind of new, martial arts influenced by old Chinese cinema or older Chinese cinema. You're always gonna have one person they're gonna twirl their leg around and they're gonna make leaves fly all over the place. So we've seen all of this before. They're always gonna have, and they wear the loosest clothing too. Yeah. It's like these fools took the curtains off the wall and they wore them so they can make cool sound effects like. Is it sleeves gonna be flapping or skirts gonna be hanging down to the ground? There's always gonna be some loose clothing going on. All of that is here. So it is so much that is influenced by Chinese cinema, whether the stories take place in modern times or in ancient times. They've taken an influence from all of that, and that's cool, man. Because we're not asking for anything new. Again, we're trying to see what Marvel would do with it in their film. And it is Shang-Chi, so let's not act like, this is something that wouldn't belong here, given the story and where the story goes, which I'm not going to go that deep to let you know how all this fits together. Let's just say that, whether it works or not, that's another thing, but it does fit. I think the reason why those scenes work so well, and it's not because Marvel's just making it its own. I think it's because the beginning of the movie, well, it's part of that, but the beginning of the movie focuses so much on Tony Leung as, now what's his name? I know he's the Mandarin, but we have a talk about that name in the movie.
Right.
But
I forget what his name was.
This guy, Tony Leung, he's Tony Leung Chuai, I believe is how you say his own name. He is such a compelling character. It is his story at the beginning of the movie. It is his origin setup, which is the setup for the origin of Shang-Chi when he comes in. But that actor, Tony Leung, that dude is he's so smooth.
He's so smooth.
And you probably if you've been into films for a long time now, in the 90s, if you were like a film nerd in the 90s, then you watched Chinese cinema because that was the cool shit to say back then.
Right.
Yeah, everybody was into the hard boiled. Everybody was into the killers. You probably have seen some of his other movies that don't involve gangsters or kung fu, romance movies. Tony Leung is like a romantic lead as well as like a dramatic lead and an action lead in some things. And I can see why, man. I haven't really seen any of his films before. I've seen some of them, but I haven't seen all of them. Yeah. But damn, I've seen like the movies where he's like a romantic lead.
Right. But you can easily imagine how he would be. I mean, he's a handsome guy and he's very even keel. He's not the villain who's going to scream or lose his shit. I mean, when he's saying stuff, you kind of go like, well, I don't know, maybe, world domination, that could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, a criminal empire, but, if you run it right, I guess, I mean, he seems to know what he's doing. I like him.
Yeah, I actually, this dude was charming the shit out of me. Shit, the hell was going through with his world domination plans. I was taking off my clothes. Yeah. Look, I'm going to tell you, man, he gets my vote for Marvel's coolest villain. And when I say cool, I ain't talking about cool powers. I'm talking about smooth.
Yeah.
Like that part you see right there, where he just strolls into his enemy's room and just looks around like, look at him. It's like he's shopping. He's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And it's cool that he brought his son to show him just how cool he is, man. I like the way he just strolls in the room and just like, yep, yeah, all you are dead. Like he's walking through the mall. Again, Marvel has managed to create a villain with depth. At least his setup is, because you really like him, man. And at one point you agreeing with everything he says.
Yeah, after all the stuff you hear about him, and then when you get with him, it's like, well, he don't seem so bad.
Yep. Until life. Until goddamn it, life. I was trying to do right, but you won't let me. This shit is your fault. Because man, it is so sad to see the family fall apart. I mean, those are some of the most effective parts of the movie. Because the Mandarin, there are moments where they show you at his happiest. And when he's at his happiest, you see him and the family, and they're like a regular family. And I'm not talking about they in temples doing movements together and shit. No, they're Netflixing. Yeah. They're playing video games.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, I'm sure he was telling bad dad jokes. You know, they eating popcorn and shit. They were like he gave up the mystical life to just live a nice, normal, down to earth life.
Give up all that, all the criminal life, everything. He said, I just want to be a good dad with my wife, who I loved more than life itself.
Yeah, but goddamn you, life.
Yeah.
I loved you more than life. Life said, well, you should have loved me more. I'm a life completely. And of course, you know, the happier that they are, the more messed up it's gonna be for what happens. It's like the whole time you're like, oh man, why y'all watching Netflix? That's gonna get you killed. Like and they have these really cool scenes where, man, there are moments of some nice, just small chunks of drama here where, and they pull all of the you know, the comic book stuff and the funny stuff to the side, and most of those are Tony Leung scenes, you know, in the beginning, because there are moments where, you know, he's getting the family back, and he's a little more stern, and but he's still cool. Like Aquafina shows up, and y'all ever been to a family dinner, and the father decides to pick on you?
Yeah.
Hey boy, what you know about your history? What you know about Martin Luther King? You know about your slave name? You know, no sir. Your friend is dumb. You know, he does the same thing with Aquafina.
Sure.
He like tells her about her culture and everything, and he's like, hey girl, do you know about your culture?
Well, you know you have that anxiety if a friend invites you to their family reunion, and you're like, well, it's going to be just your family, right? Yeah, but it's okay if you come.
Yeah.
You know, you have feeling like, I feel like it's not.
Yeah.
And you're just oblivious to my side of this. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm kind of an interloper. No, my family is lovely. They're welcoming everybody. They're welcoming family. And if we aren't dating, then I have no reason to be here.
Yep. And she just, I mean, it's so cool. She tries to be quiet because they said, just shut the f- up, don't say anything, you get there. Of course, she sits down. Hey, girl. Huh? Man. And he's so cool that, and you know that he's up to something nefarious, so you really don't want to see him lose his temper. Like that, they don't have that scene in the movies. Like, watch what you say to me, boy. But if they did, that would have been some scary shit, man. But there are moments like that. Mm-hmm. You and I know, and everybody know, ain't nobody coming here to see no drama. All right, ain't nobody coming here to see no money. What kind of nerd cinema shit you into back in the day? That's not what we're here for. You know, everybody's here to see some cool superhero stuff, and moreover, some cool kung fu stuff that goes on here. That whole thing about having martial arts come in and just add a new element to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it does. It sets everything apart. Boy, that bus scene at the beginning.
That bus scene was amazing. And looking at it from the trailer, I just didn't think much of it. But to actually watch it, I was like, wow, this is taking me back to Jackie Chan.
Yep. No, Marvel made a Jackie Chan film, or at least did Jackie Chan elements in there, man. That bus scene in there is awesome. Once you get over a speeding double long bus going down San Francisco traffic in the middle of the day, not killing anyone, if you can get over that, it's amazing. Because it's in the middle of traffic. The front of that bus should have people on it like bugs on a windshield, man. That bus should be covered in blood and limbs. But we know that it's a Marvel movie. And that's why the heroes are there to keep that from happening to people. And like I said, man, look, is it logical? No, not at all. But is the action in there amazing? Not cool, not awesome. It's amazing what they did in there with that bus scene, man. That bus scene had me on, like I was sitting back trying to act cool watching the movie, you know? And then that bus scene came out, I was like this. I was pulling the string trying to stop the bus. Let me out this bitch!
Yeah, but you wouldn't have got off. You'd be at the door, but looking.
相面交出来。
Does he look like he can fight? Come on, bro.
Get your ass.
Damn.
That's where I stood up because I was just like this. When he pushed off, like, oh shit! Oh, I know you didn't. Oh, that's that kung fu shit where it's like, where I'm surprised Shang Chi was like, now you make me mad.
I actually did take a little bit of martial arts as a youth, so I'm gonna try and grade this fight as we're going.
Then get your big ass up and help. Put that phone down.
That's great.
Those strip mall karate classes.
Yeah, when he was 8. you know what? There's a scene in here that I like because I'm looking here. It looked like he just started beating up a dude that was trying to get off the bus. Like that dude wasn't even trying to fight. That dude wasn't a bad guy.
Like he's walking and go like, hey, everybody calm down.
Can you just stop the bus? Oh, shit. God damn it. No, that scene, this stuff is amazing, man. I would say if this, but nothing else, a scene like that is worth the price of admission right there. That scaffolding scene. Now you want to know what really is a Jackie Chan influence in here?
Yeah.
That scaffolding scene is like Chinese circus fighting in a way now. She's like, shit, that's not an arm.
Electrical batons, cool.
I hate to keep using the comparison to Jackie Chan, but it really is. He is Jackie Chan in this because they both fight in the style of, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because everything is like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I don't want to fight, oh shit. You know, Jackie Chan, his whole thing was like, he really did not want to fight.
Right,
Oh,
right.
His whole thing like, oh
Why he's
shit.
beating the shit out of you?
Oh shit, please, I don't want to fight, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You know, they stop and both have those expressions like, oh shit, you know, ducking and this guy must have, Sam Liu. He must have been a big fan of Jackie Chan, or the director of both.
Or the fight coordinator.
Yeah, because his average, like Jackie Chan also, his average everyday personality is what really sells it. The Kung Fu it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is great. But that character, once he's done beating the shit out of people, which is what was fun about them, because they look like average, ordinary, everyday people until they start whooping your ass.
It's funny because, it opens with him and Aquafina as just two slacker American.
Yeah, get a
Asian
job.
Americans.
I mean, really work. I know you got a job, but get a real job.
Working as parking attendants,
And
as valets,
happy about it.
And even when people are going like, really, y'all are in your 30s and you're still doing this? Yeah, we love it. But they have such great chemistry. They're so funny together.
Nice.
That I was like, man, I'm enjoying just spending time with them. And so when these guys run up on him in this bus, like sometimes with some actors, some people, you like, oh shit, it's about to go down. But I'm watching this and it doesn't feel like that. It's like, oh man, he's about to get his ass kicked, and it's up until he doesn't.
Right.
Up until he doesn't. This is a Marvel formula in itself, where they take these characters who have these superhuman powers. You know, these characters who seem like ordinary people, but even when they have powers, you know, they still seem like ordinary people, and they're put into these extraordinary, amazing, fantastical situations. And Marvel has that down with a lot of times making their lead characters, making them relatable and likable. Shit, they had to dumb Thor down to be like humans, be like stupid humans to make him likable. Yeah. We couldn't get on this level. And I think Sam Liu, I don't know how you really say his name, but I know the character of Shang Chi. I think that this is really one of the most likable characters to date, man. He's Peter Parker level.
Nice.
Likable
Yeah,
here.
he is.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, no, he is, man. You know, there's almost like they just are partners in losers. You know, are partners in losing, because they both talk about parking cars like it's an art and shit. And it's like, y'all just don't want to get no real job. You know, and believe it or not, that just kind of makes them more lovable in a way. But what really works is that it's a platonic relationship. It's like no, they're not even hinting at a romance. Now, will it happen later between Sam Liu and Awkwafina? I don't know, maybe, but throughout this whole movie, like they're buddies, man.
Yeah.
Like now I can see something later where maybe in a sequel, Shang Chi or Shan, if we want to make it easier, which is a funny scene with that.
Yeah.
I won't say anything
Yeah,
about it. It's just a funny scene with that. But Shan, I can see if Shan finds, some super powered Asian chick to get involved with and she gets all jealous and everything. I liked you the whole time. Well, why didn't you say anything? That kind of thing. But it's really, I hope they kind of keep it like this because it really is working with this platonic relationship they got on. Awkwafina needs to stop with that black scent.
You feel like she's still doing it?
No, she don't do it and don't need to do it again. I'm mad that she did it because, you're talking about like some appropriation shit, stop doing that shit because it's fake, it's offensive, and she is a great personality without it.
Yeah. Yes. I can't remember the last time she's done it.
She did it in Crazy Rich Asians.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was
and
the
she
last.
annoyed the out of me. She was funny.
Right. Yeah. That was the last time she did it. And it's been like a lot of public controversy about that.
Yeah.
Like even people saying they're going to boycott this movie over it.
I wouldn't boycott
it. I seriously doubt that.
She
I feel
doesn't
like that's
do
a
it
bunch
here.
of noise.
And the reason why I'm saying is because I really like Awkwafina. And that doing that accent got her where she is probably. But don't ever do that shit again because their chemistry and she is so good in this. And you know me, man. You probably heard like that ever since that movie where she was the farewell.
Yeah. Great film.
I've been like I've had Awkwafina's back as an actress, man.
Right.
I think she's a great actress. I think she's a great personality. Don't ever go back to that shit again because you don't need it because she's awesome. And here she's the relationship between those two. I think a lot of that even has to do with Awkwafina kind of, I'm not going to say she carries it.
No, because he really holds his own. Because her being there, normally you'd have a character like that who's supposed to be loud and obnoxious and tell all the jokes, and you put it all on them. But with him who we've not really seen before, he's going toe to toe with her, and that's what makes it work.
Well, the reason why I say that is because as his story starts to go, get wilder, she's the one that kind of keeps everything, grounded for us. And that's why I think that their relationship works because she's the one that keeps him. When he's go out there and he starts doing kung fu and he's getting rings and shit, she's always to come back and be like, "Don't forget where you from." It's going so well, man. The movies, and I'm really loving this. I'm loving the action. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving how they're combining the drama with the dad, with the comedy, with Awkwafina and Sam Liu, and then it turns into that Marvel movie. It's that movie where you can feel corporate come in and all the directing, all the creatives, corporate comes in, it's like, all right, go take a break. We got it from here. And then they pull out, it's almost like you can feel where it turns mechanical. And now, this is for me, because I know some people love it and some people split on it. I'm on that leaning towards that side that's a little split on it, because, listen, we know that superhero movies are formulas. Not just Marvel movies. Superhero movies are formulas. Funny thing is, I can pinpoint the moment that the movie turns that way. Now, because Disney tries to be slick on that shit, because they tried to have it. They tried to get the audience excited because there's a part in this movie, there's a part in this film where the crowd is going to cheer. I'm telling you that the crowd is going to just start applauding because of something that happens. And Disney's like, well, shit, since everybody's happy, why don't everybody stop at the gift shop and get yourself one of these nice plushies from the movie right here? And I'm like, I know y'all did, man. And it's a way I hate when it's a cute character that's brought in. Now, I don't know if they'll make plushies, but it's definitely for the kids out there. It's definitely a nod to the youngsters out there. And y'all, and honestly, as much as I probably didn't like it, I would say, you'd be a fool not to sell that shit. Because it's so plushy like. And what I don't like, it comes in.
It's that Lost in Space moment.
Man, Martin, I thought
damn.
of you and I don't want to say nothing.
Jesus.
Because Martin, I don't know how you feel about it, but I said your words. I said, don't do this. Please. That shit comes in, it's like. And I'm like, fuck, man, y'all even doing the sounds that every cute creature does in these movies. And from that moment on, we in the mystical CG land, which works sometimes, but a lot of times for me did not.
Well, like you, I really, really enjoyed the first half of this movie, especially the opening. And I like the bus fight a bit more than the scaffolding fight. Like they are Jackie Chan level, but they do involve some green screen, in which you like that's not the Jackie Chan way. But you can forgive it because they're done so well.
Yeah.
And when they get over to China and things are happening, I was like, well, this is kind of slowing down, but it's just the slow down to the big build up toward leading us toward the ending. I would say at the end of the halfway point, they do something, and I'm sure we probably shouldn't talk about what it is. But they spend an inordinate amount of time kind of apologizing for Iron Man 3, which I'm like, I'm not going to go into it, which I thought, okay, it's fine. But there's also some scenes where they kind of shoehorn in the Marvel Universe. They kind of crowbar them in, and they don't really affect anything. Matter of fact, most of this movie doesn't affect the rest of the Marvel Universe, except for places where they go like, somebody said like, hey, you got to link this to that. If you take these 2 or 3 scenes out, which all seem to involve Benedict Wong, this is almost like some movie written for something else. That second half, you're right. It's not just formula, but it's not just Marvel formula. It's Disney formula. Because from that point, I was like, wow, everything I'm seeing in this movie from this point forward is everything from the live action Mulan and Raya the Last Dragon. And they really go out of their way to not do anything original or interesting. There's a big battle, but it's just people fighting and it doesn't mean anything.
No.
Matter of fact, it's kind of a dumb battle because the whole point is to stop a character from doing something. It's almost like a football team that just let the quarterback run to the goal because they were so mad at each other.
It's the last 15 minutes which really brings that second half down for me. Even at first it was kind of dragging, and then it was like, I don't really get what they're going for here. And then the reason why I don't get it is because things are just happening.
Yeah.
Really, things are just. It feels like they're just rushing the movie at this point. I mean, if you really want to know what I think about that ending, I think. Let me see here. Get to a certain part here. That ending. There's a moment where the movie, and hold on, y'all, because I'm looking for something here. The movie starts to feel like a goddamn Godzilla movie at the end.
Yeah, it does.
Kaiju.
It does. Yeah.
If go watch Godzilla versus King Kong. You at least got this. I know we said, man, this movie's story don't make sense. This is stupid compared to this. Shit, they could have, they could have done. They could have like ended Shang Chi and just edited in the second half of King Kong versus Godzilla. There's like creatures just come up because we just need a big monster battle. There's no explanation for them. They rise up with no reason, no rhyme or anything, and they just go at it. So you got creatures just come out of nowhere with no explanation, generic evil over here. This battle at the end where the VIP is something that don't even make no sense. Somebody been there 24 hours and saved the day. Oh, people, it's just like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, it's a kind of a Mary Sue. I mean, as much as there's talk of Shang Chi is the best martial artist in the Marvel Universe, you see all these other people who are better than him.
Yeah.
He just got there.
There are scenes that involve the villains where the way they make their arrival in the second half of the movie makes no sense.
Thank you.
At all.
I said that too.
Makes no sense at all. And I wish I could tell y'all, and I can't. But the way they get there, the way it was set up with the good guys and what they went through to get there, and the way the bad guys got there with ease.
Just rolled in.
I was like,
nothing.
rolling deep too.
Yeah.
Had their boys with them. I was like, man, this one group of people couldn't get there. Y'all coming up here with a goddamn, with a posse and shit. I mean, how y'all doing this? Half of this movie is a great Marvel film that sets up an exciting new character and it's taking the MCU in a new direction. The other half is I didn't like it, but I'm giving it praise by saying it's painfully average. It is painfully average, that second half. It is painfully predictable. It is painfully formulaic. And, it has its moments of impressive production, even that second half, costumes and sets, but it's just not interesting. I get it because, everybody's telling Marvel, they're saying, hey, you know, now you're getting into magic, you're getting cosmic, mystical. It makes sense for them to do that, but not just for the visual.
Yeah.
Not just for placing, you know, just imagery of old Chinese art and icons in there. I understand why Marvel's doing it, and mystical is the way they should go. But I also agree with you, like, modernize it in a way. Stop giving homage or just flat out copying what they did.
Yes, because it starts out seeming like homage, and after a while you're like, I feel like you're just copying.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of these films back in the 90s. I don't need you to do this again.
Now, if you didn't, it'll be a good way to see this, and somebody's going to be some, you know, like I said, somebody's going to be some cinema nerd and going to tell you, well, this is taken from, and then you'll probably go and want to watch that, and you'll see how much those things have an influence on this film in great ways, and also near the end where it's just kind of like, oh, y'all just jumping around doing shit, you know, just blowing stuff up. It is really, yes, it's a light show at the end. It's like it's like being at a goddamn Chinese parade with the best special effects.
Chinese New Year's.
Yeah, Chinese New Year with the best special effects you've seen. And that's sad, man. That's sad because there's such great stuff in here. It's a matinee for me, just a flat out matinee.
Well, I thought the exact same thing. I mean, with people calling this the Black Panther, something I do think it has in common with Black Panther is that after a while, after initial setup, it makes the lead character kind of the least interesting thing in the movie. Shang, he's just kind of there. It's focused on everybody else except him. So that way, you know, you go like, well, okay, what was the thing that was making him a badass again? I kind of don't remember, other than y'all just saying like, hey, he's got this, he's got the power now.
Yeah.
but yeah, it really is too bad from the way it starts, because you feel like, man, I'm in for something special, and then later you're kind of not. The things that were humorous, humor really did make me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
You know, even if I go academically, I kind of wish that wasn't there, but it did make me laugh consistently.
Yeah.
So and I'm like you. I just thought, you know, it's a flat matinee.
Yeah. There's some good stuff in there. It's worth seeing for that first half. You know, so if you watch that first half, get yourself a nice big soda, you know, and when you got to pee in that second half,
don't feel like you're missing anything.
Take your time with it.
You ain't missing nothing. Somebody said that Black Panther kind of got weak in the third act too. I'll tell you, but the third act, I agree with you, but the third act has some nice reveals of what was going on. This has nothing like that.
Exactly.
It'd be cool. I could even take it if they had some cool storytelling reveals, but it's nothing. Because you know what the real is? Evil. What kind of evil? Evil, goddammit. Stop asking so many goddamn questions.
Yeah, there's no feeling like the hero might not prevail.
No, nothing at all. Battle feels like it's a spectacle at a amusement park.
It just cracked me up that they all lost sight of what their goal was. Like, we got to stop this guy. Oh, you mean that guy who just snuck past all of us and is already there?
Yeah.
I mean, he really does just like kind of look around like, all right, they gonna fight each other.
I'm here. Yep. Oh well, all Asian folks out there. Pull out Black Panther. Watch that again. Why you? Credit scenes, Corey? Yes. A couple of credit scenes. Not that big a deal.
Well, the first one is. The second one not.
Oh, the first. No, you know what? The first one. Yeah.
The
first one's fun.
The first one is almost a bigger deal than the whole movie.
Yeah, it really. They should have reversed those.
Yeah, they really should have.
Yeah, I said it. I said that. Then wait till the end. I was like, God damn it.